No sign of more Mongols.
Hello and welcome to The Essential Gamer. You're here with me, Lee, and today we are reviewing Ghost of Tsushima. Now I say review, there will be no score, but simply my opinion, some gameplay, some good, some bad, and some damn right fucking beautiful. So Ghost of Tsushima is a single player epic open world adventure, and straight from the off you can see that Sucker Punch have developed a beautiful game. Absolutely stunning. I probably would say the best looking game on the PS4. So, you know, good job it's the last exclusive from PlayStation, isn't it? So if you don't know, you're placed in the kimono of Jin Sakai, a samurai lord who is tasked with fending off the Mongol invaders from the island of Tsushima. And the story takes you places. I'm not going to ruin any of the storyline whatsoever for you, but there's a very satisfying arc of Jin regarding honour and samurai traditions. And it's a... yeah, I'll leave it there as far as the story is concerned. I'm not going to press it at all. As far as traversing is concerned, there's lots of different options. You have grappling hooks, you can climb the handy holds that are in every game like this. It suffers from a couple of the tropes from the other big games, like The Last of Us, God of War, that sort of thing. The sort of single-player epics. There's a lot of the similar tropes to those in here, but Tsushima does it so well, you really don't care. Like the stealth, for instance, it's fairly standard stealth, but there's a couple of different options in there to have slightly different outcomes to what you would have elsewhere, and it's satisfying. The mix of gameplay between just sort of stealthy and head-on is so well balanced that at no point in this game do I think I've got bored yet. So the map itself, Tsushima, is vast. It's a lot bigger than I expected it to be, and it is full to the brim of things to do, things to collect, things to see. I mean, even like your weapon trees and things like that. While fairly standard in their execution, they allow for so many different ways to play the game, especially to your particular style, whether you want to go in as a samurai, a sneaky ninja-esque character. You're completely catered for. There's various stances which are used for taking on various enemies. Each enemy has a counter-combative stance to use against them. And as soon as you sort of get your head around the mechanics of everything and how the controls work with what you can do on the fly and what you need to enter a menu for, the combat becomes possibly the best combat system of this type I've ever used. So I mentioned earlier that it looks great, and I'm not lying. It's easily the best looking exclusive on the PS4 right now. I'm running it on a PS4 Pro, and I've got it set to super duper contrast with the best frame rates, and it looks great. It looks even better when you put it on resolution, but from all points it looks good. Whether you're in a cutscene, whether you're just walking around exploring, whether you're in the middle of a big epic sort of set piece, the one thing that you're never let down by is the visuals. Tsushima, the island itself, is a character within the game. And I don't think I've ever played a game that heavily places the environments as part of the story so much. It's truly wonderful. These videos do not give you the slightest hint of how pretty this thing looks. And if you're running it in HDR, hot damn, with some 4K, your eyeballs would bleed with how beautiful this is. I can't convey. It's mwah. And these moments aren't just in the visuals themselves. The beauty comes in the surroundings, the things that you can do, the things that you see. I'm sure you may have heard people mentioning things like haikus, things like that. I'm not going to go into those at all in any detail, but I will say that there are some of the most serene moments I've had in gaming in this game. It's quite a juxtaposition to have such a brutal, visceral and violent game have such peaceful and wonderful moments. It's beautiful. Now, you may have seen my Glitch of Tsushima video, where one of the missions seemed to be bugged out and Jin had a little bit of an issue. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that this game is bug-free, because it simply isn't. But it more than makes up for it with the ability to ride up to people and say, "Fucking come on then." For all of the rare moments when the AI seems a little bit bugged out and it doesn't quite work, the game simply makes you feel like the baddest of asses swinging a samurai sword. It's beautiful, and I forgive all of the shortcomings, which there are very few, I'll be honest. A couple of things like a cutscene with the audio ever so slightly out of whack, a couple of pre-rendered animations not quite working due to the telemetry and the geometry. Honestly, like, I don't care. I broke God of War. When we played God of War, I actually broke the game to the point where I had to turn it off. There was no saving and resetting, there was no reload at last checkpoint. I simply broke it. And God of War is possibly one of my favourite games ever made, and this goes right up next to it, simply because the good outweighs the bad. There is very limited bad, to be fair, but there is so much to like about Ghost of Tsushima that I find it impossible to hold a grudge. What Sucker Punch have managed to do with Tsushima is make an open world game that feels constantly flowing and alive. And it's more than just the battles. I mean, not only does the fighting system make me want to go to camps and to out of the way places to fight, but I also want to go and explore the rest of the island, simply because I want to see what's there. I want to see every inch of Tsushima. I want to see what the devs have decided this part of the island looks like, and this exploration is rewarded through things like skins for your swords and other little hidden bonuses, but it's all in game and it's all in keeping, and it's really satisfying. And I say, this exploration is only furthered by the fact that it probably has one of the, well, I will say it's the best photo mode released in a game, in a standard game. This is easily leagues above the other photo modes that I've ever used, and I've used quite a few, I'll have you know. But the freedom of the settings and the ability to create some absolute masterpieces with this photo mode is so easy. It's almost impossible. Like Pimpernel Jones said to me when I was talking about it, it is almost impossible to take a bad photo with how photogenic this game is, and he's completely right. At all times, it's got its best face on, and it just makes you smile and happy. So in short, I really like Tsushima. I mean, yes, it has its faults. The AI is questionable at times. Sometimes the textures aren't quite as quick as you'd like them to be, but the general loading times of the whole thing it's lightning quick. You'll never be bored with Ghost of Tsushima. There's no point where I felt like the world was empty or lacking or anything like that. I haven't finished it. I imagine I've got another 40 to 50 hours to go with how long it's taken me, but I'll enjoy every single one. So thank you for watching this video. If it's been any use to you, as always, please like and subscribe. If you don't like it, tell me why, and I'll throw myself off a cliff with my horse. Until next time, goodbye.